Tomorrow we got another Power Hour show, as we'll be sliding over for Guardians baseball. This is the time of year where we're juggling, if we're lucky, juggling between Guardians and postseason Cavs. So tomorrow's one of those days. We'll be here till 3:30, and then pregame will get going. And 4:10 is the first pitch here in MMS. Tomorrow, Guardians in Cincinnati to play the Reds. And then tomorrow night, the Cavs play the Nets in Brooklyn, hoping to win, which means they'll play the Celtics next week. If they lose, they'll be set up Friday against whoever wins the Hawks-Hornets game. So still some basketball to be played on the Cavs side, but Guardians here on MMS tomorrow at 4:10. Royals have come from behind, by the way, top of the 7th now in Kansas City, 4-4. Yeah. But this is the last in that series, I think. But 17-3, you can hang your hat on that. There's a huge Cleveland win yesterday. And so this is kind of the tiebreaker, since Kansas City won the first of that series by a stunning 1-0 final. It was a real barn burner there in Kansas City. I got a Would You Rather letter from Michael. An alien has crashed on Earth. Scientists have done their best to study the body. Through their research on animals, they found that after injection or consumption of alien DNA, 50% will die and 50% will develop unearthly powers. Guinea pigs walking through the air, superhero type stuff. It's time for human testing, and the cast of the Alan Cox Show has been selected for opt-in testing. Do you eat an alien burger or do you pass?
So 50%.
Superhero powers, not of your choice, randomized or death are your two choices.
Is it the superhero powers we came up with, like super slow reading, or
I don't know.
things like that?
He just said random. You know, you're going to be up there. You're going to be up there.
Powers,
yeah,
they're
walking
real, like flying
with
and
guinea
invisibility.
pigs.
What was the question again? I was on the phone.
You got a 50% chance of dying.
That's your fault. 50% chance of dying by eating alien meat. 50% chance of dying, 50% chance of developing random powers. Do you try for the 50% where you get the powers? At the risk, it's a coin flip.
I'm doing it.
No, I'm not doing it.
No, I wouldn't do it either.
No.
Boring.
But Mary is a gambler.
Yeah.
Mary is a gambler.
I put $100 into a machine knowing that I'm probably only going to get 80 back.
But I need proof that it's actually alien poo, because it could literally just be someone like, "Oh, this is alien poo." Just go ahead.
No, it's alien meat, not poo.
The DNA of they've tested this on animals and discovered that half the animals die, the other half get crazy powers. And so when they do the human testing, according to this hypothetical that Michael sent to me, the four of us chosen for the initial human trials, do we do it or do we not do it? I don't do it.
I talk a big game.
I'm already doing okay. I mean, if I don't have powers, I'm fine with that. I haven't had powers for 50 years.
But if one of the powers is teleportation,
That's
That's a
it's
good power, though.
So there's two levels. You have to get the half that gets powers, and then be fine with whatever whack ass powers you might get.
Be lame.
Yeah, it might be like
power's gonna. It's not going to be
your
like
left
ours
hand.
done.
Your left hand can turn into Jello.
No, it's not going to be like
Turn
that.
invisible
That's what he
when
said.
no one's looking at you.
He said random powers.
Invisibility only when no one's watching.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be something stupid.
I don't know what the criteria are here. He just said, there's already flying guinea pigs. They don't want to fly. They don't even know what that is.
You can use your finger as a marker. Like, hey, look, I can draw.
You never need a pen again.
It's something dumb.
That is a dumb power.
if it were like real good powers, we're talking flight, super strength,
you would still
super
take the
speed.
chance.
Vision.
Yeah, something. If it was one of those like the classic superhero powers,
Reading minds.
I would take the chance.
You would.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Because the other chance is you'll die. 50% chance.
Yeah, but then I don't have to worry about anything anyway. Death is its own power.
Yeah.
Death is the ultimate superpower.
It really is.
I talk a big game, but I feel like when it came down to it, I don't think I could eat it. I like living. I like living more than I like flying.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had powers my entire life. So I don't know that I'm going to flip a coin in the chance that I might get something weird.
I would eat it.
But
if
I'm saying
was...
that they have to be not weird powers,
even
but
that.
good powers.
Even that. 50-50 are not good odds.
Teleportation's pretty cool.
50-50 are good odds?
Yes.
Maybe they are.
You don't
Maybe
get those odds anywhere.
Well,
Pass lightning craps.
then I guess I'm too much of a pessimist. I'm too glass half empty for 50-50 odds.
Dying is a big deal.
Put that on the mirror, Santora.
I described it as because nothing can hurt you anymore.
Nothing can.
You
hurt
are
anymore.
invincible. Once you're dead, you're invincible.
No, once you're dead, you're dead. You don't know anything.
Yeah, but
That's a hell of a way to get in.
You can't be hurt.
But you don't know that. It's not like it's freeing. You're dead. You don't know.
It's not a power that you can benefit from the
I
knowledge
didn't say
of
it was. I'm just saying you can't be hurt anymore.
Yeah.
That's what.
If it were lower stakes, I'd eat it. No problem. If it was like you don't get any
That's
legs.
very
STEAKS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. Listen, I've been hurt plenty in my life, and I'll continue to be hurt in some fashion or another. I'll take that as a condition of
Not being able to
being
fly.
alive. Yeah, of whatever, So
Yeah. If the stakes were lower, I would do it. I'd like to think that I would. But
Well,
I can't.
what are the lower stakes that we're talking about?
You lose the leg.
Okay.
lose a leg.
Yeah, if it's like you'll have to amputate one limb, but you'll have a superpower, I would do that. But I don't want to lose my whole life. You have X-ray vision, but that's the only vision. Like you can't see regular.
You can only see through everything
Yes,
you look at.
You have no regular vision.
No.
Only X-ray vision. You're still alive.
You have X-ray vision, but you're also nearsighted. You can see through everything, but you just have to be
little
really,
blurry,
you
yeah.
have to
Up
be
on your
really
eyes.
close up.
Yeah.
And everyone around you has to put a lead vest on.
Right.
So every time you open you're like Cyclops. Every time you open your eyes. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. If people just want to leave messages there, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan and Bill and Cody and Mary. Was listening to you talk about your problem with heating tea water in the microwave. And when I got home Friday, I noticed among all the nonsense on my kitchen counter, my son has an electric teapot. The brand is Kosori, Cosori. It's a little bit pricey, he says. You can get cheaper ones, but this one has different settings for different kinds of tea. I guess you and he would know why that's necessary. But anyway, it's a pretty fancy little gizmo. It should fit quite nicely in a corner.
Yeah, we've talked about electric kettles before, and I don't know why I kept forgetting to buy one. You talked about electric kettles.
Dude, they're so. I
just bought one for my office.
Firmly stand that brewing tea in a kettle or a pot or using brewed water, it tastes absolutely no different. There's nothing that is done differently in those leaves than if you microwave the water. I don't care.
I'm not even that, but here's the thing. We were lamenting last week because I've been drinking a lot of tea because of my throat, and we don't have that hot water line anymore, and so I've been nuking the water. Mm-hmm. And because I'm a dope, people were telling me I was a dope because I didn't look closely enough that there's a beverage button. And so I was like, how long do I nuke my water? Mm-hmm. And if you had been here, you would have been able to, we've talked about it, and you get me hip to that. But I can't believe that I forgot about an electric. I have ordered an electric kettle, and it's going to be in the office. Here's the thing, though.
Pointless.
No.
Waste of money.
No.
Yes.
Here's why. Because people who are really into tea,
don't.
And I'm not one of them, but they will tell you a fact, which is different kinds of tea, the water needs to be a different temperature so as not to burn that tea.
Okay, sure.
So the one that I got has got buttons on it that say green, black, oolong, which sounds silly because I'm not that into it.
It's not going to taste different.
But it's very helpful. It's very helpful.
What I will say is that when I went through this whole tea experimental phase, when the fan sent me the teapot, the kettle or whatever, I bought loose leaf tea, and that is worth it. That definitely tastes different than the tea bag.
Get a tea ball.
Yeah, that was like the best tea I had ever tasted.
Yeah.
But I have now I just use a Keurig where I don't put a K-cup in it, and you just brew the hot water through there. It just seems so excessive.
No, listen, I would have loved to have done that, but we don't have a coffee maker. We don't have a coffee maker anymore to get hot water out of.
I haven't. Oh, you already ordered it.
Yeah, I already got it. It's coming.
We have an extra Keurig at home.
Nope.
I could have brought that in.
I'm put it right in the office. I will have piping hot water.
That's not
right at my desk.
excessive to you. That's so excessive. You've been getting along just fine putting your mug in the microwave.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to stand there for I got stuff to do. While I'm working, I can have my water on my desk heating up in an electric kettle instead of standing there like a dope in front of a microwave.
Go do what you need to do for 2 minutes.
And then I got to come back and I got No.
Oh my God.
No.
You're not that busy then.
Huh?
What?
No, this way I can have it heat up on my desk and I can be running around, and then when it beeps, I go, cool.
I guess.
I have,
I feel like the microwave just works fine.
It does.
I'm not saying it doesn't work fine.
But not for
I'm
your
saying
busy
I wanted an electric kettle.
Okay. I feel like you
Well,
just
you got
want an
what you
electric
wanted.
kettle. Like that.
Right.
It's fine.
Instead of nuking
It's
my...
excessive. You can admit that it's excessive. It is unnecessary.
I didn't say it was necessary. I said I wanted it.
Nothing
Yeah.
more necessary than the unnecessary.
What are you?
He's Mr. Death as the ultimate
What is
superpower.
this over here?
He's still thinking about death as the ultimate superpower.
He felt so smart after that one that he's like, what else can I say?
That one's not even mine. That's another quote.
Who made
What's that
it?
from?
Nothing more necessary than the unnecessary? That doesn't contradicts itself.
Nah, you could probably get a little Jean-Paul Sartre in there and figure it out, but it's...
I mean, it's unnecessary to put, I don't know, hot chocolate dunk in your pizza.
Life is beautiful.
All I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying. Every time I want to re-up my tea, I got to walk back, I got to get water out of the jug, and then walk over and stand at the microwave for 2 minutes and heat it up.
How many?
With the electric kettle,
How many
it
cups?
stays warm.
How many cups?
I'd have to look. But it's like a regular thing. Like
So maybe 2 cups. 3 cups at most.
I think it's like 1.8 liters, whatever that is, right?
It's almost 2 liters.
But it's but it
Now that was
stays
smart.
stays warm.
I get it.
I don't have to go back and forth down the hall nuking my water.
How many cups of tea are you drinking a day?
I'm drinking a lot of tea. I'm trying to, whatever is in my throat still, I'm trying to get the hell out. After a goddamn month,
It's been
I'm trying.
4:32.
Yes, it has. So I'm drinking,
Have you been to the
throat
doctor?
coat. No. I mean, I went.
He's got tea.
I'm just drinking 9 cups of tea a day.
Before I took those days off because I had no voice, I went to go to the clinic, and she's like, "Well, I'm not going to give you anything because you don't have anything." I go,
Well,
"Well,
a
I have
clinic is
something."
different than a doctor. A minute
She's a-
clinic, no, it's
she's a
different.
nurse.
It's different.
What is she going to do? What's a doctor going to know that she doesn't
Go to
know?
an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Maybe you have some kind of weird throat disease that she can't
might.
diagnose at CVS.
Okay, what I'm saying is, in the meantime, when I get an appointment in 2 months, that's
It's
not
already
going to.
been a month.
But it's not going to do me any good to wait 2 more months to get an appointment when I can just,
Drink so much
Just
tea.
drink tea. Just order an electric
Well, first of
tea
all, I
kettle.
like tea. I'm always drinking tea. That's
fine.
no different. I like tea.
But it's clearly not working.
I just started drinking tea.
A month ago, when your throat
No,
started to
not a
hurt.
month ago. Like last week, I went back to the tea.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not going to be sucking down cough drops. So, yes, I should make an appointment and go see my guy. What I'm saying is, if he goes, I can see you in a month, that doesn't do me any good. I need something now. That's where the clinic comes in.
can't
And
tell
when I go
him-
to the clinic, I went to the clinic a few weeks back, and she goes, well, you don't have strep, you don't have COVID, you don't have this. Okay, well, those are the things I need to know.
Right, but when the cough is lingering for a month,
You tell your doctor
you
that.
tell your doctor and go, hey,
They get
what's
you.
going on? And they'll get you in,
I know.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you're Alan Cox.
Fine.
They'll get you in.
Yeah, I'm Alan Cox. They couldn't give a
Yeah.
fat frog's ass who I am. I'm a number. When I call, they, "Oh, okay, we'll see. Let me call you back." So, yes, I will probably have to do that. But in the meantime,
Tea kettle.
tea kettle Taco Bell. Yeah. And by the way, irrespective of my throat, I do drink tea.
Okay.
So that'll be a very convenient thing to have.
Fine, as long as you're. I mean, hey, I usually have.
Is it a luxury item?
Yes.
To be sure.
Yes.
Right? Absolutely. I didn't say this is something I had to have. I've never had one, but it occurred to me, and prompted by that person's call as well, it occurred to me, hey, Gwen's been telling me for a while, get an electric kettle.
If you're going to use it, then buy it. Buy
Why would I
all
buy
means.
something I'm not going to use?
Because that happens all the time.
To
People buy-
whom?
How many times do you use that Peloton?
A lot.
You use a Peloton enough to buy it.
Well, Gwen uses it. I use it. Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
People buy things they don't use all the time. Maybe not you.
How many times
Are
have
you equating a
Wait,
Peloton with an
wait.
electric tea kettle, by the
no,
way?
No, I'm just saying that people spend money on things that just get like exercise equipment or whatever. That,
Yeah,
that just
I don't do
becomes,
that.
You've never bought something that you didn't use.
Why would I buy something I'm not going to use?
Your
How
drums.
often have you used that GoPro?
Well, I sold the GoPro. I
But
sold it
how
a
many
while
times
ago.
did you use it?
Once?
All right. See, yeah, things like that you buy that you're certain you're going to use and you never touch.
Well, that's different than you're talking about using something not as much as you thought you would. Nobody buys something they don't use at all.
Or,
Why would you buy something you're not going to use?
No. You think you're going to
You
use
think
it.
you're gonna
and
use
then
it
you
and
just
you don't.
are like, oh, I used that once or twice.
Yeah, you think you're going to use it more than you do.
Right.
And you get rid of it.
Yeah.
You're going to get this tea kettle,
an electric-
and then all of a
That's what
sudden
it's
your
gonna be.
throat's going to be all healed up, and be like, I guess I
But
don't
I
need
still-
as much tea.
But my point is, I still drink tea regularly.
I can't wait for the day that we come and you're filling it up with Mountain Dew. You've got
Oh, gross.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain
God.
Dew coming out of there. You're
corrode that thing so fast.
Steeping your tea in Mountain Dew.
What's that smell? It's Alan's hot Mountain Dew.
He won't stop. He swears it has healing powers.
Yeah. No, I drink tea regularly. So I rather than walking back and forth
I get it.
and nuking
I get
this
it.
water,
Get whatever makes you happy, Alan.
I did.
All right.
I did.
Unnecessary.
Listen, how many things that people buy are? I was reading this thing. God damn. We're all kind of just because of modern life, we're all kind of trapped into these patterns. But if you read a story on like Amazon and returns and things like that, you'll never ever want to use these companies again because you're like, you've got a company like Amazon where they fight tooth and nail against unions. That's why there was such a big deal that this group out of Staten Island got them to unionize out there at. But I was reading a thing about how the returns, people order stuff and they go, and return it. Not just the trucking and the manpower and everything else that goes into it, but returns to Amazon that they then can't do anything with.
They can't sell it again.
Can't sell it. So it accounts for like $8 billion a year in things that we all go click, click, because it's so easy. To your point about people buying things they don't use, and then they go, and they return it. A lot of times, like I bought a hoodie on Amazon, and I got it, and I go, I'll return it.
Really? You return it?
I go on the app, and they go,
Keep it.
we'll give you your money back. You don't have to return it. I'm like, how is this a business model? Like,
Because they have so
Because
much
of all
money.
the manpower that it uses, probably.
right,
And they
but what
can't
I'm
do anything
saying,
with
what
it.
I'm saying is, down the line, we're all complicit in like this awful, awful business model. And so I'm reading this thing about how Amazon gets so much stuff that they just end up burning a lot of it because they're like, well, we can't resell it because it's something that somebody maybe tried on, or it was an item that we can't. There's just a lot
They
of different
can't
reasons
verify
they
the
can't.
quality of it anymore.
So
Yeah.
they're like, and they're trying to find a diplomatic way to say, we burn a lot of returns.
Set it on fire.
Oh my God, this guy's like, well, it's, we call it energy reconfiguration or something. You burn stuff, is what you're saying.
There are a number of items that we can't recover or are not recyclable, and for reasons such as legal reasons or hygienic reasons or even product damage. And in those cases,
This woman, by the way, her title is Director of Reverse Logistics.
Returns.
Yeah!
we do pursue energy recovery for those items.
Energy recovery.
Yeah, energy recovery is what they call it. Energy recovery.
Energy recovery means you burn something to produce heat, to produce energy, and you rationalize disposal of goods as a conversion from one form of matter to another.
A conversion of, they're like, we burn a lot of stuff, all right? Which means it's just going to drive people crazy because people order things that they just immediately return. So they go, energy recovery. Are Amazon return fires being like directed into people's homes? Or it doesn't sound like anything's being powered by this heat, but they can't come right and go, oh yeah, we have giant, huge landfills of things that we can't do anything with, and so we have to burn them. We have to burn $8 billion in returns every year because we can't do anything with them.
That's actually how the employees cook their meals. They get a break, but they have to use the trash burn, the trash fire, in order to cook
The Springfield tire fire.
Right.
Space cops, space police, sky police, whatever. Okay, I've got to take a break. I'll have copies of MLB The Show for you all week. So when I get back here, MLB The Show 22 for PlayStation, Xbox, and now on Nintendo Switch. So if you play any of those platforms, we'll hook it up 35192 if you want to text, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio